Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by PewSitter.com, your online Catholic newspaper for the third millennium, CatholicMediaCoalition.org, in line with the Church, online with the world.
And TheAmericanCatholic.com, politics and culture from a Catholic perspective.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Catholic News Roundup. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Archdiocese endorses homosexual prayer service. The Boston Chancery just recently canceled a Mass that it claims was not meant to celebrate gay pride, but now they are publicly endorsing a homosexual prayer service in its place. This past Sunday, in the presence of his auxiliary bishop, the pastor of the church that planned to celebrate the canceled homosexual liturgy said in his sermon that Catholics expressing concern over the liturgy were hateful, and announced a sidewalk prayer service to be held by the parish's Rainbow Ministry in place of the Mass. St. Cecilia's Rainbow Ministry holds events for members and supporters of the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender group, and the Archdiocese actually said they have no objection to the prayer service as long as it is held outside the church. You can get a hold of Archbishop Cardinal O'Malley or the Apostolic Nuncio of the diocese by clicking on the Boston Archdiocese link right over here. Hungary fights for pro-life balance. The European Union is forcing itself on Hungary, demanding that a government-run pro-life campaign be stopped. The billboard of the campaign shows a fetus and the words, quote, "I understand if you're not ready for me yet, but give me up for adoption instead. Please let me live." The funds used for the ads came from money that the European Union gave Hungary for a program addressing work-life balance. And the government is defending the ads, defining the campaign as a drive to encourage balanced families. The Constitution of Hungary states that life will be protected from the moment of conception until death, but anti-life activists are pushing for changes, and many say the European Union will demand its money back. Arizona fights abortion. Pro-life groups are gearing up for another battle with Planned Parenthood, this time over Arizona's Abortion Consent Act. Even though the act was signed by the governor in 2009, the suit filed by Planned Parenthood resulted in a judge putting the law on hold. The legal team fighting for life in this case includes members of the Center for Arizona Policy, the Alliance Defense Fund, and the Bioethics Defense Fund. The Abortion Consent Act, if allowed by the judge, will require women to be fully informed about abortion and will protect minors and healthcare professionals as well. You can read the full article on our resource page by clicking on the link right over here. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few seconds.
Catholic News Roundup is brought to you in part by NewOxfordReview.org, the voice of Catholic Orthodoxy, in print and on the web, and RenewAmerica.com, expanding the influence of America's grassroots in the cause of freedom.
Single-sex dorms. The president of Catholic University is addressing the problems of drinking and hooking up on campuses by announcing the return of single-sex dormitories. In a Wall Street Journal editorial, the school's president, John Garvey, points out irrefutable statistics on depression and death caused by fornication and alcohol abuse among college students, and how these activities take away from academic potential. Next year, freshmen will all be placed in single-sex dorms, and the year after that, sophomores will receive the same accommodation. Garvey says it will take a few years to put these changes in place, and it will be expensive for the school, but he is happy that the students will be better off. Florida scandal correction. Before we leave you today, we would like to correct information from a previous story on the Catholic News Roundup regarding Father Bernard Shinaki. Shinaki was arrested last week and let out on bail after exposing himself to an undercover police officer and groping him on Casperson Beach in Venice, Florida. Our story said that he was from Tampa, Florida. He is not. Father Bernard Shinaki is a native of Poland who attended seminary at St. Cyril and Methodius Seminary in Detroit, Michigan, who is now sponsored by the Venice Diocese in Florida, where he was ordained. We are very grateful to a priest in Tampa for letting us know in an email that Father Shinaki was not from his diocese. I'm Matthew McAuliffe. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of Catholic News Roundup right here on RealCatholicTV.com. And be sure to check out the Vortex today, where Michael talks about the Church in Forever. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure and tell all your friends about us. And as always, God bless you.